Hello and welcome! I am very excited to have you here with me. I am Ana Cunha. I am an international business developer and marketing consultant. I want to tell you why I decided to create the 4 Pillars program on how to expand your company internationally. The 4 Pillars program is the result of almost 2 decades working with international markets, helping companies to expand globally. During this pandemic, I had time to reflect, to analyze, and to observe some important new market trends happening in the world. The craziness of this moment forced us to unlearn some old habits and adopt new ones, right? And this is provoking some drastic consumer behavior changes that in result is changing business models. Most companies were hugely impacted by this mess that the COVID-19 caused in the world, right? And it's still causing. And unfortunately, a lot of them are shutting the doors. But at the same time, there are other companies that are being very innovative, very creative. They are adapting and adjusting themselves to the new reality, to the new normal. Some of them are creating new business models that were unimaginable not long ago, right? A lot of them are adjusting their products or their services to the new reality, and that's what we should be doing. And some others found out that it is time to explore new markets so they can increase sales. It is time now to have a global vision. It's time to break barriers. It is time to be bold to survive. I like to say that the COVID-19 kind of opened the gates of the world. You know, the virtual world came to stay, and it showed us that we can reach any market we want. So we need to have a global vision now. Companies need to have a global vision now. There is a misconception that companies need to have a certain size or need to be large in order to sell in international markets or in order to expand internationally. That's not always true. If you have a product or a service that's innovative, creative, or if you believe that there is demand in another market, then it is time to investigate the possibility to explore that new market. There are some small companies, even startups, taking advantage of that, while some other medium and even large companies are still focusing on the challenges of expanding to international markets. And that's one of the reasons we see large companies going bankrupt now, while brand new ones are skyrocketing. I did some videos actually in my YouTube channel where I alert business owners to open their eyes to international markets, to have a global vision, because it can be the solution for their businesses. I understand that it can be very scary for most companies to think about expanding globally, but that's why it is fundamental to seek help from professionals that are experts in this field. This can actually be all your company needs to increase sales and to expand. So why not gain market share in other markets, right? On the other hand, unfortunately, I see a lot of companies that have global vision, which is excellent. They are either in the expanding mode right now, or they already expanded, but they are making some basic mistakes that will cost them immensely. Many times, companies fail expanding into international markets not because there is a problem with their products or their services, but because they skipped a very important step, which is exactly the step I teach in this program, the 4 Pillars program. They skipped the step of preparing, of adjusting their companies so it meets the standards of the new market. Unfortunately, these companies also tend to believe that because they have huge success in their country, they are kind of guaranteed to have success in any other country. So they overlook the nuances of the new target market. And that's a recipe for failure. So there are some preparation work that needs to be done internally at the company in order for it to be ready for the expansion, to be ready for that specific target market. And this preparation has to do with the image of the company, the conventional image, and also the digital image, the message being delivered, the target market, the sales process, etc., etc. Everything needs to match with the culture and the customs of that specific country. So it is fundamental that this step is done before the expansion process starts. And that's exactly what the 4 Pillars program is about. I will teach you how to prepare your company to expand internationally. I will teach you to this important step. You know that saying that we only have one chance to cause a first impression? So that applies to business too. That applies to your company. So your company needs to be well prepared to make sure it's doing the right thing when it puts its feet in the country. You need to make sure your company is well prepared and is going to the right direction, to the direction of success. So like I said before, the 4 Pillars program is the result of almost 2 decades working with international markets, helping companies to expand globally. This methodology works because I tested with my own company, even before I tested with my clients. So I'm glad you're here and I hope you enjoy it.